What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a good day. Got a lot to cover in today's episode, including more news on Terra, Tornado Cash, Celsius, and the market's reaction to the CPI data. So don't forget to like the subscribe button, follow me on Twitter at bencryptoshow. And before we begin, either tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, so either Thursday or Friday, I'll be doing an altcoin review video on Hex. I just figured it was a good time to do a review on this coin. See, Richard Hart is the founder. That's a name. If you're like me, you keep hearing a ton. Very buzzworthy name, but like I'm not really too familiar with who he is, for example. But he has a lot of buzz on YouTube, a lot of buzz on Twitter. So I figured it was a good time to just kind of dive into the coin Hex, and it actually has performed. Here's the website. It has performed very well in 2021. It went up from 1.5 cents to 48 cents when Bitcoin during this 5-month stretch actually went down from 65,000 to about 47,000. So Hex does appear to really resonate with a crowd, a market, the retail crowd. They have a huge following on Reddit as well. So I'm going to dive in. What is the coin? Why did it go up so much? What's the demographic it's hitting? A little bit on Richard Hart, but it'll be more so about Hex. So tune in probably tomorrow for that, maybe Friday, depending on what other macro news events happen, but probably tomorrow. Let's dive in. So, big news today, but not so big news anymore. CPI inflation data came in at 8.5% year-over-year increase. Last month it was 9.1%, so it has peaked, and now it is on the way down. So these headlines are actually kind of positive. Obviously, some people would say, oh, 8.5%. What about the days when there was no inflation and the usual 2 to 3%? Well, at least we're on the downtrend from 9.1% to 8.5%. So the market did jump a little bit on the news. Bitcoin up about 5% on the day. Ethereum up 9%. It was just a short-term pump. It's now the prices have kind of leveled out here, which is what everyone kind of knew. This was not expected to be a huge pump. It was just expected to be a little pump. But as I've been saying, August is a very sort of slow trading volumes. Not a lot of momentum in August. So, you know, I guess we're holding flat from an optimistic standpoint. That's not bad. Building the base for the pump whenever that happens. Hopefully in, you know, a couple weeks, September, when more altcoin activity and just general market activity happens. Moving to the news for the day, Canada's second largest pension fund embroiled in Celsius collapse. So if you lived in Canada, this would probably be huge news. Like every nightly news, there'd be a story on it. Not so much anywhere else. But since second largest pension fund, that's people's retirements fund, just the everyday kind of sort of middle America, middle Canada sort of retirement funds, not the wealthy crowd. So they invested, the pension fund itself invested $150 million into Celsius's Series B round in October 2021. And we obviously already know how that valuation turned out. So the pension fund is down a lot of money. And then even more importantly than that, it's widely speculated that, as I've covered a few times on my show, a couple weeks after this, there was a $500 million quick Friday afternoon panic sell from Canada's Purpose Fund, the Bitcoin spot ETF fund, a huge $500 million panic sell that was literally the single-handedly only reason why the market nuked the second time from around 22K to 17.5K. That was 100% that $500 million Friday afternoon panic sell. It's believed it may have been, was likely the pension fund who also had a position in the long-term ETF fund in Canada. They were already dabbling in crypto and the Celsius thing. I think it's safe to say that, you know, they had the money and the means to go to the spot ETF fund, and this would explain why they just sort of panic sold immediately. They lost a lot of money in Celsius, and they wanted to make sure it didn't happen again in Bitcoin. So we'll see. Let's move on. Tornado Cash price sinks 45% after U.S. Treasury sanctions Tornado Cash. So, yeah, the price finally did go down. It took a couple hours. The first few hours after the news broke that the U.S. was blacklisting Tornado Cash, the price kept going up a little bit. And, I mean, every single time a hack happened, the news came out that the funds were flowing through Tornado Cash, which was almost every single hack imaginable. The price never went down. Tornado Cash, the token price just kept going up. So it's a classic, nope, the only publicity is no publicity sort of situation. But this time the price finally did go down. So a couple hours after the news came out yesterday, price went down pretty big from about $30 a token to $50 a token, $15 a token. It's about 50% loss. Looks like just some classic liquidation here. This was just a regular spot sell, then liquidation, then a flat line, then another spot sell, and then that looks like liquidation. Now it's slightly on the rebound. So some people are saying this could be a good buy on the dip opportunity for the Tornado Cash coin, because even though the headlines are drastic, the service is not. It's still going on. It's not blacklisted anywhere outside of the U.S. that I'm aware of. So, you know, the headlines might have been more drastic than the coin's drop here is reflective of. I would probably stay away from this coin, or service too, obviously. But yeah, I would. These things just kind of have a very short shelf life. I would not really look at that as a good buy on the dip opportunity. And then sort of comical news here. So somebody sent a bunch of mixed Tornado Cash funds to prominent members of the crypto community and mainstream celebrities. So let's see. So who got the coins straight from Tornado Cash, which means these addresses are now blacklisted, so it's sort of a practical joke kind of thing. But Jimmy Fallon got it, Brian Armstrong got some, Shaquille O'Neal got some, Mark Zuckerberg's sister Randy got some, but not Mark Zuckerberg himself. Not sure why. I guess he didn't have any public Ethereum address or Bitcoin address they could send it to. Logan Paul got some. Who else got some? Steve Aoki, Dave Chappelle, the Ukrainian crypto donations, just a wide variety. Some athletes, musicians, comedians, charity donations, just all over the place there. Let's move on. Terra Luna investors getting some of their money back. So this headline was a little bit too positive than the actual article was. This would make it seem like if you lost money in Terra, you're getting the money back. That's not it. This is just basically the exchanges that profited from fees of customers basically panic selling when the coin was nuking. So over those 3 days, obviously they, shouldn't really be keeping the profits from customers having to panic sell. So I guess there were $30 million total in fees that Hotbit and Corbett South Korean exchanges pocketed from customers panic selling during the nuke. So they are paying those back, but to people who lost money in Terra Luna. So that sounds pretty good there. 30 million, still a lot there. Even though it's, so it's not going to be your whole investment, but you might get a fraction of that. Can't complain. What else? Crypto trading platform Hotbit suspends service amid criminal investigation to former employee. This former employee was involved in an external project that is now under investigation. So this looks like some sort of rug pull, maybe. It looks like a very high-ranking executive, I'm guessing, of Hotbit was involved in probably a rug pull, it seems, because this is pretty serious. If so this wasn't just they're cutting off withdrawals or deposits; they're completely just taking the site down temporarily. So that's pretty serious. So it looks like this must be a high-ranking executive was indeed involved in a rug pull, because that's a big deal. So that'll be a story to watch right there. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hit the like and subscribe button if you did. Follow me on Twitter at